Everyone told me this wouldn't work until it did, and all of a sudden, those weird little baby behaviors that used to totally throw me started to click. Here's the part nobody really tells you. Babies aren't being random, dramatic, or extra for no reason. They're learning how to exist in a brand new body with a brand new brain and a nervous system that's still under construction. And in this video, you'll learn what those confusing behaviors are actually trying to tell you, what's really going on inside your baby's brain when they do them, and why most of these moments are actually signs of healthy development, not problems. Stick with me all the way to the standing phase, because that's where the real key shows up, and it explains a lot more than most parents realize. Flailing their arms when startled. Let's start with the arm flailing, because this one freaks out almost every new parent. You know the move. Your baby startles, and suddenly their arms shoot out like they're auditioning to be a tiny superhero. It looks intense, maybe even a little alarming. But here's the thing, it's not random at all. This is your baby's built-in safety system kicking in. Their brain senses a sudden change, like a loud noise or the feeling of falling, and instantly fires off this reflex that basically says, hold on, something's happening. What you're seeing is their nervous system doing its job, loud and clear. This reflex is hardwired into newborns as a protective response, back from when babies needed every possible advantage to stay safe. It can make your heart jump for a second, sure, but neurologically, it's actually a really good sign. It means the brain and body are communicating the way they should. And the best part? As your baby's brain matures and they gain more control over their movements, this reflex slowly fades out on its own, usually within the first few months. So if you're seeing those dramatic arm throws right now, take a breath. That's not a problem. That's development happening in real time. Trembling and shivering. Then there's the trembling and shivering. And yeah, this one can really throw parents off. 1 second, your baby looks totally chill, and the next, their chin is quivering or their little arms are shaking, and your brain immediately goes to, wait, is this normal? Most of the time, it absolutely is. What you're seeing is an immature nervous system still figuring out how to regulate movement, signals, and even body temperature. Babies don't have smooth control yet, so messages from the brain can come through a little glitchy and jerky. Honestly, it's kind of like when your phone starts vibrating for no reason because 3 apps are updating at the same time. It looks chaotic, but nothing's actually wrong. This trembling often shows up when they're crying, drifting into sleep, or adjusting to the cold. Their muscles tense and relax quickly, which can look intense, but is usually just their body doing its thing. Think of it like a system booting up, still buffering, still loading. As the brain matures and connections strengthen, those jittery movements fade, and everything runs a lot smoother. Fake coughing. Now, let's talk about the fake coughing. This one gets parents every single time. You hear that loud hack, 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 and you bolt over in a panic, only to find your baby staring back at you like, yeah, gotcha. That's when you realize they're totally fine, they're just putting on a show. But here's the cool part. This isn't nonsense or attention-seeking in a bad way, it's actually a big developmental milestone. Around 6 months, babies are starting to understand cause and effect. They notice that when someone coughs, adults react instantly. So they try it out again and again to see what happens. They're not being sneaky, they're experimenting with social interaction. In fact, research shows that around this age, babies begin to notice patterns in social behavior and use them to get responses from caregivers. A 2019 developmental psychology study found that infants who engaged in attention-seeking behaviors like vocalizing or gesturing to elicit reactions were showing early signs of social learning, suggesting that this kind of behavior is an important step in building communication skills. So, when your little one fakes a cough, it's not manipulation, it's curiosity in action. They're testing social rules, learning what gets a reaction, and figuring out how communication works. And honestly, that's pretty genius. Before moving on to the next point, make sure to like and subscribe our channel for more tips and tricks. Touching their genitals. Another moment that catches a lot of parents off guard is when babies start touching their genitals. And let's clear this up right away, it's not sexual. Not even close. It's pure discovery. Babies explore their bodies the same way they explore their hands, feet, ears, and faces. It's there, it's interesting, and it gives feedback so their brain goes, what's this? That's it, curiosity doing its thing. What really matters here is how you respond. Babies don't come with shame built in. They learn it from reactions. When you stay calm and neutral, you're teaching them that their body is just their body, nothing scary, nothing wrong. Over time, that kind of response helps build a healthy body image and self-trust from the very beginning. If you need to redirect, just hand them a toy or keep things moving without making it a big deal. Low drama, no weird energy, your calm becomes their baseline. Standing and staying there. Then comes the standing phase, and this one really gets parents. Your baby pulls themselves up, looks insanely proud, and then freezes. They're stuck there, gripping the couch or crib rail like, well, now what? And that's usually when the crying starts, often in the middle of the night, because of course it is. What's happening here isn't defiance or regression. It's a coordination gap. Their brain has cracked the code for going up, but it hasn't mapped out coming back down yet. This is learning in real time. The motor pathways for standing and sitting don't develop all at once, and the brain needs repetition to connect those dots. So your baby practices by doing the only thing they can, standing and calling for help. With time, practice, and a little patience, those connections strengthen. One day, almost out of nowhere, they bend their knees and sit like they've been doing it forever. It's a perfect example of how development looks messy before it looks smooth, and how your baby's brain is constantly wiring itself through trial, error, and repetition, forgetting their new tricks. And finally, the one that really messes with parents' heads, forgetting skills. Your baby rolls, grabs, or shakes a toy like a total pro, and then one day it's like they've never done it before. Cue the panic, right? But here's the thing. They haven't lost the skill. Their brain is just busy building new connections and figuring out the next big thing. Sometimes babies pause a mastered skill while their brain reallocates energy to learning something new, like crawling, standing, or a fancy hand-eye coordination trick. It's not regression. It's an upgrade in progress, and it's completely normal. Think about it like this. Imagine your baby's brain is a construction site. One day, the workers are finishing the toy grabbing section, and the next day they've moved on to installing the balance and coordination wing. During that transition, it might look like your little one forgot how to do simple things, but really, they're just focusing resources on mastering something new. And the wild part? Once that new skill locks in, they'll often do the old stuff better than ever. So next time your baby seems like they've backslid, remember, it's a sign their brain is growing, experimenting, and leveling up right before your eyes. It's messy, it's unpredictable, and honestly, it's kind of magical. What to expect from baby? From birth to around 9 months, your baby's behaviors might look totally random. And honestly, that's normal. Here's a month-by-month breakdown so you know what's coming. 0-3 months. Expect lots of reflexive movements, flailing arms, startle responses, trembling, and jittery legs. These are all signs that their nervous system is waking up and learning how to control the body. Sleep is fragmented, feedings are frequent, and your baby is learning to distinguish day from night. 3-4 months, you might notice your baby beginning to roll over, lift their head during tummy time, and smile socially. Reflexes like the Moro reflex will start fading, and their movements become more intentional. Trembling may still happen, especially when excited or overstimulated. 4-6 months. Social play explodes. Expect giggles, squeals, and yes, the fake coughing or mischievous antics that get you every time. Babies at this stage start experimenting with cause and effect, like knocking a toy off the tray to see what happens. They may also start touching their genitals out of curiosity, completely normal exploration. 6-7 months. Sitting independently becomes a big milestone. You'll see babies reach, twist, and wobble as they learn balance. They might temporarily forget skills as their brains shift focus to new abilities, like rolling both ways, grasping objects with more precision, or responding to social cues. 7-9 months. Crawling, scooting, or pulling up on furniture emerges. Standing while holding on becomes a daily adventure, and the stuck upright cries are part of learning coordination. They're also building memory and problem-solving skills, even if it looks like they forgot something they already knew. Expect bursts of curiosity, new experiments, and plenty of trial and error. Throughout these months, remember, your baby isn't being tricky or stubborn. They're practicing, exploring, and rewiring their brain with every movement, sound, and gesture. Patience, observation, and gentle guidance are your best tools. So if this helped you see your baby a little differently, go ahead and smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more simple, science-backed parenting tips that actually make life easier. Because the more you get what's really going on, the more confident you'll feel. And trust me, your baby picks up on that too.